Hi there, thank you for tuning in. This week in the French countryside, there's a one-man army at work, picking up right where he left off last week, fixing the mistake we made last summer when putting in the utility pipes. Things like this are bound to happen when you do most of the work yourself. Mistakes are part of the process. And for us, what matters is not pretending it didn't happen, but what you do next, which meant fixing it was the only option. We originally planned to deal with this job in the summer when everything is dry, but after the winter we've had, storm after storm and so much rain, it couldn't wait. Especially now that the weather gods have been really generous with a stretch of dry weather, and because inside the barn we're waiting for the concrete footers to cure anyway, that part is on pause for the moment. So while it feels like taking a few steps back to move forward, it also gives us peace of mind knowing it's done properly according to the local building rules and that we can tick off a really important job off that long list. Philippe keeps pushing on this week and it's hard work, so we also take a little time to enjoy this early spring weather.
This is what I did. I scraped off the top where there was some dirt in between and I put it deeper inside my trench, and now I'm putting clean stones that I had from the back on top of the other ones. So this way this is rejuvenated, or how can I say it? Not that they were that dirty. The only place where I have some soil is from up where it came down with the rain. This is the rainwater pipe that will continue, and we'll make our first pond somewhere over there. The smaller one, we'll have to look at the size. Not too deep, so the children running around here, and we'll put a fence around it. You know those wooden sheep packets, or how do you call it, fences? Those are pretty nice, 1 meter high, so they can't reach it, but it still has a natural feeling. Here is where I dug, I'm pretty sure, and the pipe was pushed this way. And now to get that fully completed, I need to get at least a little part out of it already, so I have room to do it properly. And then those 3 water pipes, that electricity, I'm also gonna put deeper. Once that pipe is out, I'm gonna put it deeper, and I'm probably gonna go through the entrance over there and not go under the wall. That's the idea, and then I can just move them inside of the barn without making too much damage. Oké, Odin, we gaan kijken.
Ja.
Zo. Zie je?
Ja.
Papa wrijft daar zo over. Wil je ook proberen?
Ja.
Ja?
Ja.
Ja, doe maar op jouw gemakje, hè. Ah, maar heel goed. En zo mag je alle modder eraf krijgen.
Ah. Ik krijg toen dat. Oei. Dan een beetje. Dan een beetje aan duwen. Oeh. Dat is. Wat is dat toch?
Pardon? Très bon? Hein?
Si c'est bon.
Si, c'est bon? Là. Chef.
Wil je ook water,
Ja,
papa?
santé. Santé. Ching. Ah, the slight drizzle of rain. Let's hope it stays slight so I can continue. Okay, so all the pipes are in, or here at least. So now I'm gonna use the rest of the sand to get a layer going on top. And then put that plastic on. Hoe meer zon, hoe beter. Maar veel kunnen werken als het droog is. Gedaan. Just too little. If I had a ton more, I would have made it. If I would have put a ton more on my trailer, I think it would have bent into two. Now this is also still good. Get it covered because the kiddies like to play in here and June likes to walk in here, so. From here on, just beyond that tree or that big tilia tree that we have, it slopes down. From here on it goes down. So maybe we want to keep this, build it a little bit higher, then that pipe is more protected. Here is the lowest point where we have the least. But if we add another 40 or 50, I think, to bring it into level, or a little bit more at least, then it will be protected enough. This is what I need, because I still remember the day when one of our kitties decided to crawl up the pipe and I had to dig it out. So now I always try to close it up. What I also will do is probably put an anti-return valve in here. Not to stop water from returning, that's not what I'm afraid of, but to stop any rodents or cats or whatever going up the pipe. Sometimes I wish I could sit in my seat, just watch some television. That's a bit tough. We will be sacrificing Odin his sand. Why, you may ask? Because it's been in here quite a while. And while it's open, the chickens go in it, the cats go in it, and you know what chickens and cats do. So we're gonna scoop it out. It's close to my trench now anyways. Scoop it out and then I'll refill it with new sand. Ah, evening sun. Love it. Evening sun and evening rain together. It's classical, this place. It's funny, I should turn the camera around. Blue, 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 rain.
Lately we've had a lot of requests to see more of the land around the farmhouse, so this week and in the next few videos we're starting a little mini series where we take you on a walk around the property. And we really want to show Odin around too, because he's starting to notice everything and he's eager to explore.
Good morning. It's Sunday, so instead of working we're gonna do a little walk around our property. We'll go around the buildings really quick and we will go inside our forest and do a little morning walk. And let's see how far we get, because lots of parts are overgrown and a little bit more difficult.
This is the farmhouse we live in now, and just behind it there's an old bread oven and a small stable where we keep our firewood.
Next up, so this is to the right of our driveway, we have the old barn. And then we have the wall over here, which is a problem wall, but we're gonna solve it this summer when it's dry, and we're gonna put a retaining wall against it with a drain behind it, so this water problem is once and for all gone. Ah, Benny baby. So we're gonna continue behind the driveway. So now we're at the other side. You can see the new barn, the old barn, and the house and the driveway, and then we're gonna go up towards those big old trees, and that is the first border of our land.
Here's our vegetable garden. This will be our second season using this spot, and it turned out to be a really good place for it because it gets plenty of sun throughout the day.
Ja, kom Odin. Hallo, we zijn weg. We're up at the corner of our land, so the barn and the house are over there. So now we're gonna follow the big trees because that is the border, and we go further and deeper into our land. Okay, I'll show you the good and the bad. The good are all the nice trees here. The bad is this. We'll come across several of these
Junk piles?
junk piles. Yeah, junk piles. This one is a little bit easier to clean up because it has all been gathered together already, which I appreciate. Whoever left it here, I appreciate you putting it into one pile and not just spreading it around.
Then we came to this open spot that both of us find really magical, especially in summer when the trees form a canopy of shade and the light catches this old basin fed by a natural spring. Our friend Theo explained that it used to be a cressonnière, a place where watercress was grown. Since there are several of these pools, we originally thought it might have been a part of a water management system, but maybe it actually served both purposes. Sadly, it was also used as a dumping spot for garbage. We've already done a first cleanup and gathered most of it together, but the easiest way to deal with the rest will be to get the excavator in here once the fields have been cleared of the brambles.
Kijk, er is plastic meegegaan. We came down from the big trees to the corner of our land, and the farmhouse is over there, and now we're gonna go that way and a little bit to the right. So that is the main block of our land that we're gonna follow now. We have a little piece of forest behind you guys, and we do have another piece of forest a little bit over there, which is within walking distance, but we're not gonna do it with the children. I'll show you later by myself because it's a little bit rougher. Kom Odin. Dat is goed. Dat is goed, zegt papa.
Papa, dat is goed, ja.
Dat is goed, die jongen. We gaan op de dierenpaden lopen.
Maar wat papa, mama? Maar wat papa?
Erover springen? Spring er maar over. Ja, hopla. Goed gedaan.
We're gonna come back another way. It is just way too overgrown with brambles to even try it. With two adults, I've done it before. It's not that hard, but with children, no, let's not do it. But we have another way around. We can go totally the other way and we can reconnect up to those brambles. So you'll see most of it, but we'll have to do it in parts because I think Gracie needs to eat or sleep now.
Ja.
As we were walking back, we came across a spot in the field where wild boar must have passed through, because you can really see how much of the soil they've churned up. These are the kinds of spots that are nice to show from above, as it gives a much better sense of the scale of their handiwork. This is one of the places where we've set up a camera to film the wildlife, and as you can see, quite a lot passes through here. Since we film all of this ourselves, the Hover Air has actually been really fun to use on walks like this. It's small enough to keep in a pocket, and in just a moment you can take it out, unfold it and launch it straight from the palm of your hand. and it really feels a bit like having an extra cameraman following you, capturing everything in beautiful 8K quality. As you've seen during our walk, we've been able to use some of the built-in auto flight modes on the Hover Air Pro Max to get some really nice angles. Be sure to check the link in the description below if you'd like to know a bit more about it.
Good morning, welcome to the race against water. Thursday they're announcing bad weather. We are Monday. I want to get this finished. I've been thinking about it with these water pipes as well, and I want to put a drain in here. I think it will be very strange to put sand, the water pipes in between, sand on top, and then geotextile with a drain inside, because I have a feeling that 30-40 centimeters underneath the drain will always be filled with water. So like I was continuing, I want this pipe out of here anyways. There's two water lines. I'm gonna dig all the way back and bring them in at the side of the barn. That way I always avoid, if trucks come in here, that there's pressure on them. And that way the drain that I will put in here will work better. So there will be no standing water left. This is exactly what happened on this spot. Everything got pushed together, and look how this was pushed open then. It's crazy to see.
Dat moet hier door?
Ja, dus ofwel sta ik hier.
Ja?
Als je comfortabel niet stappen, dan kan ik straks wel. I think this makes 14 ton now of sand that is going in. At least it will be good then. It will be good. It will be good for 100 years or more. The only thing that will be important is here, this little slab of concrete, that I make it thick enough so that we never have the same problem of a truck driving in, and if it's wet or something, pushing the soil and the pipes. So this T is actually for my rainwater, but I want to put my rainwater collection from the roof behind the corner, not there anymore, because there's not enough space between the barn and the house for trucks to pass. Well, there is enough space, but not to risk it to put it there again. So I'm gonna put it here, 45, and then dig it deep over there, and then I'm gonna have zero troubles in the future. Voilà. Okay. weather gods have changed into our favor and it's staying dry. We had forecasted rain for Thursday and Friday, and that has moved up as well. So we can continue going. Because I thought this was something I would have to do in summer, but if I can do parts now and get it off my plate, then this is done. Good. Okay, that is not bad. The general consensus is that it goes down. This is also a lighter geotextile, so that's good. It will let in water a lot easier. Another tip is don't leave these rolls in the sun too much, because they are rated, I think, for 1 month to UV exposure, and then they start degrading. This first layer of stones is totally up to you. I do it because if there's a little bit sand and what else that comes in, then my drainage pipe with all the holes is not in that layer. So I have a little bit of play before there is sediment that reaches my pipe. That's the only idea I have for it. So the connection over here will not be 100% yet, because I need to change this as well. I'm just gonna shove it in there so it can start working, because there it is a functioning system. The gutter is coming in there, and with this goes from 160 to 110. I can create a lip, put my pipe in, and if anything comes from the gutter and wants to backtrack, at least there's like a 5 centimeter or 4 centimeter lip here that will stop it and keep it going towards there, and not that my gutter suddenly feeds into my drain. For now, because this has to be changed as well. That is the problem. Once I put everything deeper there, everything has to come deeper. It's just the name of the game, but there was no other solution. Okay, next up I've got a load of ballast, so that's sand with gravel. If some people are wondering, to make the concrete pad in here, so I'm gonna clean this up a little bit. Some of the gravel more to there, and then I'm gonna pour a thick concrete pad, I think 20 centimeters, with some rebar that I have left over to get that part, how do you say it, reinforced. So they're already lots deeper, and I'll have a concrete over them. So if it fails, then I don't know. Let us begin.
Als we kopen zijn.
Was het niet daar?
Ja.
Jongens, ze zijn al heel ochtend aan het vechten. Benny, laat je zus maar rust. Benny ook.
This is the drain that comes next to the barn here. We'll try to make an even stronger concrete if that's even possible. Hello.